Good evening, YouTube. I just wanted to come on here to say thank you for 5 years of me being on YouTube, and thank you for 5 years of me being able to make content for everyone. But the people I want to especially thank the most are my subscribers. The people who gave me the motivation to grow and expand. You know, I started off where I was only filming my neighborhood with the normal trash driver and recycle driver. That was the start. But the one thing that started with me filming the City of Houston videos was the first heavy trash video, which was in 2020 of March, when the city of Houston, when the whole world was in a pretty crazy state because of COVID. And I eventually knew and heard that school was going to be shut down, and I figured, oh, this is going to be an opportunity for me. I want to be able to change up my content a little bit. And that's how I started, was the first heavy trash videos, and when I got my first video on my normal driver for trash and recycling. The only rare occasions when I would film a different truck is usually if it was a sub driver or if it was somebody who was taking over because the driver either broke down or had technical problems. So that was how I started, and I did film a couple of different heavy trash videos because during that time I didn't have a normal assigned heavy trash driver, and that was during the time when Houston was kind of screwed up with the schedule, so because of COVID. So yeah, and I took a long break from filming side loaders and only got a little bit because I wasn't really finding anything different. But that was when, like in early 21, I was told and given the motivation to basically check out a different neighborhood in my area. I kind of wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it during that time, but because I didn't have a driver's license and I didn't have a car. And the only thing I really had was just my bike. So I started off as a biker who started in the neighborhood, and then that was when I actually went to a few different neighborhoods to basically try to find some different trucks. So that was basically how I started, and yeah, during that time, with why I filmed the majority of the time in 21 was because I only had virtual school and I wasn't attending actual school because we were in online school during that time. And later on, in 2022, that was when I wanted to try to go citywide. I started small, I start off small, and I started filming in the southeast area of 3rd Ward, and that was after school hours. I kind of figured, okay, maybe they do have some trucks running after almost 12 or 1, and they did have maybe 1 to a few that were running around the afternoon. So that was what I figured I did, and that was basically how I wanted to try to go citywide. And then I decided one day, I was like, okay, I'm going to try to film a different route in Southwest. So, like I said, only a bike. I managed to cycle almost all the way to the A-Leaf area, which was located just a few minutes away from me by car and by bike. And just to continue on, that was still me doing what I was doing. And later on, that's when I collabed with my first subscriber, or somebody who's on YouTube. His name is Eugene Clements daily vlogs. And that was also Eugene Clem daily vlog. So just to continue the entire I don't know how to put it in words, but later on, in late 22 during the summer, that was when I got my license, and I was like, oh, I see some opportunity for me. I decided in 2 days to go to A-Leaf to try to find different trucks, to try to find 2 of the newest City of Houston trucks. So I drove up there to A-Leaf to basically find them. And that was how I kept going. And then sometime during July, I was told to check out some different companies from somebody I knew. So I decided to check out the area across from me, which was in Stafford, and that's when I filmed my first company, which was GFL. And I still kept going with trying to find some more GFL trucks. I did find the Expert 5000, the Corrado Can, and right when school kicked in, I was like, oh, that's gonna be it. Not gonna be, I thought it was gonna be it, really, but I decided, okay, I'm going to try to check out some Saturday routes, because why not? So I checked out Frontier Waste, which was in Pearland in August, which was the week after my first week of senior year. And then September was when I checked out Best Trash all the way in Katy. And then November, that was when I checked out Texas Pride Disposal. The other Saturday was because I decided, okay, I want to try to get a City of Houston video because trash collection was paused because of Veterans Day. So yeah, and I had to give myself a break because, and that was when later on I collabed with another Houston filmer, which his name is Fabricio, or Houston Filmer Refuse, or yeah. And okay, so January and some of December, that's when I had to pause because I was trying to get caught up on my senior year. And then the day when I came home early because of finals, I didn't really care because of the weather. It was cold and rainy, and a freeze advisory was issued during that time. So I managed to go to A-Leaf that day to just try to find what I was looking for. And then that was when January I had a big break because I wanted to get caught up in focusing on my senior year. February, I decided after school one day in the 3rd Ward, I'm going to go check out what's in the 3rd Ward after school. And that was when that was my first video of 23. And it's still me in my senior year of high school, usually where if it's only days off, I go check out routes. And that was what I still did, which was every time I'm off for the day, I check out routes, or if it's like a Tuesday after school, I check out the route. And later on, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think about it for a moment. So that was when, after I just graduated out of high school, I was like, okay, this is going to be my chance to finally be able to check out more things with the City of Houston, which the last time I was able to get plentiful of videos was in April of 23, which was due to me being dismissed early because of prom. I'm sorry if I forgot to tell you that, really. So I decided the first thing I was going to do was get a couple of trucks and then go with the new trucks, which was the new Peterbilt, the Max, and the Max. The first few Max that came in, and then when I got the unexpected surprise of the late delivery auto cars, I was like, oh, this should be interesting. And that was like in October of 2023. When college kicked in, I was like, okay, I'm going to go check out some different areas rather than the city of Houston for a few times. And I checked out a lot of different areas, which was West University, Bel Air, and Southside Place. And I did also get a few City of Houston videos as well, and maybe a couple of private companies. And that was when, later in 24, I decided that I was going to keep filming the City of Houston, but I wanted to add some sizzle to it. I decided that I was going to, one rainy day in Houston, just check out Waste Management, because I know that its headquarters is in Houston, Texas. So I basically drove several miles up north to Woodlands to basically find Waste Management, and then I realized that there was also a contract in Conroe. And then that's when later on I was like, okay, I want to try to change it up a notch. So sometime during the summer of 24, I decided to just check out the city of Galveston and see what I could find. And that was when the first video was the mini rapid rail. And then in August, I was like, let me see if I could go check out another city to see if I could basically get that city. So I basically drove for basically about 1 to almost 2 hours all the way up to College Station, Texas, to find their maroon python. And this isn't just statewide or citywide. I almost went nationwide. I'm kind of doing just a little bit at a time with the nationwide, where usually if it's me and my family going on vacation to like Las Vegas, Seattle, or wherever. And then my trip to the East Coast with filming Washington with its park company, and then New York City with the demolition company. So yeah. And I'm still filming the city of Houston to this day. I do want to try to get caught up with filming the remaining new trucks, because the one thing I didn't want to break was the fact that City of Houston's not going to be getting new trucks this year, because they did. They're mainly trying to get money for the public works or whatever else. So that's probably my goal, and my other goal mainly is to try to get other cities in Texas, like whatever's closest to me, no matter the drive. So yeah, and that's all I have to say. Is thank you for the 5 years on YouTube, and I really and truly do hope I can continue to expand and give y'all more content. Stay tuned for more.